Welcome to the Coffee Clutch, a social gathering for good conversation over a cup of coffee. Grab your cup and let's get started. Today's old saying is from Aesop's fable. It's a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Now Aesop lived, or is noted to have lived, somewhere between 620 and 560 BC, thousands and thousands of years ago. But the wisdom of the old saying remains the same, that we need to be careful and appreciative of what we actually have, and to not always be looking for something else, something bigger, something brighter. Now, I always wanted my children to have lofty goals and think big and bold and see what life would bring to them. I wanted them to prepare and to make sure they had the opportunities to do the things that they wanted to do and to follow their dreams and see what life had to hold for them. But it was equally important that they understood that they needed to be thankful and enjoy today, to enjoy the things you have right now. That sometimes we put something that's very valuable to us, and oftentimes it's money, on the chopping block, so to speak. We put it out there and we lose it, and then we wish we had that money back. So that money that you already had was more valuable than the money that you thought you might gain from some particular activity or endeavor. Again, it's worth thinking big and bold and being excited about what the future might bring, and we do take some chances. And when we take chances, we do suffer some losses. We also suffer some but we also get to enjoy some successes and gains. But the old saying is filled with wisdom. Don't be too foolish in your endeavor to always go to the next biggest and best and brightest thing. Now this theme really is repeated in a number of the sayings that we had here. We talked about a fool and his money are soon parted. That person who just loses his money always trying to attain the next best thing, the next biggest thing, that ultimately will not serve as any source of happiness or good, or really ultimately turn out to be valuable, and they can lose their money quite often. It's also similar to the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And I know we did that some time ago, remembering and reminding people that what you have is good quite often. It may not be the biggest, it may not be the best, but it's often very nice. We can waste a lot of our time in life looking for something that we think is better than what we have. And in doing so, we can lose what we have. The old Aesop fable was the nightingale was caught in the talons of the hawk and pleaded for his life, saying to the hawk that it ought to let him go and pursue a much larger bird that might have better shot at making the nightingale less hungry. I should indeed have lost my senses, said the hawk, if I should let go of good food ready to my hand for the sake of pursuing birds which are not even yet within sight. And he ate him. The hawk understood what the nightingale was trying to do, encourage him and convince him that there was something better out there than to eat him. And I understand the sentiment of the nightingale and why he would try to have convinced the hawk of such a thing. But the moral of the story is to teach us really to be happy with what we have. And being happy with what we have does not mean that we do not try to better ourselves or go out and be more successful in a particular field or do something great in the world. That's okay too, and it's wonderful to have those lofty goals. But don't lose sight of what you have. Enjoy the sunrises and the sunsets. They're free. Take those walks in your neighborhood, in the woods, at a park, with a friend. Enjoy that cup of coffee that you may get to enjoy in the morning. And it's okay if you're not driving a Lamborghini or some fancy car, or that you don't have the wealthiest zip code. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy your life. So I hope you give a little thought to this old saying. It's a fun one, and it's worth using with your friends and reminding them to enjoy life as it is today. Enjoy your cup of coffee and come back and visit soon. Have a great day.